Welcome to 35 to 1 Roulette Cruising. We've got a new strategy submitted by Ryan. It's called 5 corners, 1 column. It's a $300 buy-in. Let's see what happens. So Ryan sent me this strategy. He really didn't have a name for it. He just said 5 corners and 1 column. And it's a $300 buy-in. So we're going to buy in for $300. Remember, cash on the table, your CPass card, they scan it. That's how you get your points. You put that away. And let's see. So we're going to get $300 in $5 chips here. And according to the strategy, it's an average of $75. And I'll lay it out real quick. Let me just show you how he says to lay it out here. So he takes $75, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to make 4 stacks of 75 here. Okay, so buy-in with this strategy is $300, so it allows us 4 bullets to run this strategy. It's set up a lot like the point pusher strategy, but with this one, you are actually going to be winning $15 every time a corner bet hits. So the setup is $25 on the first column. Now you can go first column or you can go third column if you want. But the way his diagram is set up here, he's going first column of $25. And then we go $10 on 5 corners. Okay, so I'm going to go with these 5 corners because that's how he sent the diagram to me. If you feel more comfortable, keeping these ends covered and picking 2 other numbers you want to leave exposed, that's perfectly fine. But we're going to run it 5 corners in 1 column. If a corner hits, that is a $15 profit. So if we raked everything, we would actually profit $15. We're going to rack that $15. That's all we're going to do. We're going to flat bet this strategy. We're going to let it run as long as it'll run. My goal is to go 20 spins with it, and let's just see what we finish with. I've run this strategy out, let's see, 5 sessions already, and out of 5 sessions, I had a total loss of $45 across 5 different sessions. That was 100 spins. So I went 20 spins, and then I did another one, and I did 5 total. So 100 spins total, $45 down, and I would have earned 750 points for that, those 100 spins. So let's run it out. Let's see how it goes. Okay, we hit 11, so let's rake it just to show everybody. Now remember, these corners, they pay 8 to 1, so that should be 16 chips right there. All right, and there is 15 and 16 right there. All right, so now we're just going to reset back to the original. $10 on each of these corners, 25 there, and there is our 3 chip profit, or $15. $26. All right, we're just going to collect this $15. Okay, 27. There's another $15 profit. $33. Another $15 profit. And 31. That's a push. $18. There's a $15 profit. Okay, 27. There's another $15 profit. Now, if you notice, that last win before the last one, we actually won 5 times in a row. It takes 5 wins to recoup 1 loss. You got 20 numbers that you have covered with this strategy that are a $15 profit. Okay, 29. There's another $15 profit. All right, 8. Another $15 profit. All right, 3. Okay, so there was our first loss. So we went 10 spins, and that was our first loss right there. Now we have enough. We've already collected enough money for another bullet. So we just reset. 25, 10, 10, 10, 10, and 10. And there we go. Spin 11. Okay, 1, that's a push. Okay, 8, there's a $15 win. Okay, 9, it's a $15 win again. And there we go, we've already got our bullet back. Okay, 21, it's a $15 profit. $17, another $15 profit. Okay, 36. All right, so that's another bust. All right, but that's okay because we're in profit. 25, 10, 10, 10, 10, and 10 there. We're at $75 for our average. We're spin number 17. Okay, 12, $15 profit. All right, 14, there's a $15 profit. 8, it's a $15 profit. All right, here we are, spin number 20. All right, 23, another $15 profit. All right, we're gonna bring everything back to the rack here. And we started with $300 with this strategy. So there's 300. There's 75, 90. All right. So after 20 spins of the 5 corners, 1 column strategy sent in by Ryan, we are in profit $90 after 20 spins. $75 average for it, so we should earn right at 150 points for this strategy. But I just want to run it one more time and see how it does for another session, because like I said, I've run through 6 sessions and I've never lost everything in a session. So I've always had some left. I've been in profit, a couple of them, and so it's done really good. So I just want to go through it one more time for you. So bear with me. We'll set it up, run it through. I'll be right back. Okay, so that was another 20 spins. We went with it, tested it out again, $75 average. During that session, not one loss the entire time. Now this strategy here, well, that session there, we're up $165 for that session. So, you know, like I said, the strategy seems to hold up fairly well because even if you have a loss, it only takes 5 wins to recoup that loss. And that may sound like a lot, but you have to think about the amount of coverage we have that's paying us. Okay, so with the 20 numbers, with your corners, it's going to pay you $15 a piece profit. You're at 52%, right at almost 53% for the 20 numbers. Okay, but then you have to throw in the 12 numbers on top of that are a push, which helps kind of stay away from them losses a little bit. So you're at 84% coverage with this strategy. Of course, your donks are 35, 36, 2, 3, 0, double 0. One of the sessions I ran earlier, it hit 0, double 0, and 0 for the first 3 spins. So, of course, I had 3 losses, but I was able to stay alive I only stayed alive for 8 spins for that set, okay, that session there. But still, in the course of those 100 spins, I was only down $45 for the entire time. So with this session here, we're up another $165. Okay, so we're up right at $250, give or take, for 40 spins. So that's another 150 points and up $250 for 2 sessions. I mean, that's really good coverage. I feel this is probably one of those strategies that I'm definitely going to try out on my next cruise. But I do have an adjustment to make on it that might help. I'm not saying it's helping, but it makes it a little more entertaining to play, I guess. But let's go ahead and rate it. Let's go ahead and rate it with what we have currently. All right, so as far as comp value goes, comp value for this strategy, I'm going to have to give it a 5. It does really well. It survives a long time. And if you could actually double this up, so instead of 25 here, you could go 50 and 20 on all those. And you would be at $150 average. But you need to have a $600 buy-in for that. At $600, you would be able to do $150 4 times. So it's kind of the same thing. Your coverage is going to be exactly the same, but instead of paying 3 chips profit, you're going to get 6 chips profit. So it's going to go from $15 profit to $30 profit, and you're still going to need 5 wins to recoup 1 loss. So, if you could afford to go $600 buy-in, play the $150, I would probably run this at $150. That's kind of the direction I want to show y'all guys what I'm going to do with it. All right, so comp value is a 5. Profitability for this strategy, I was in profit, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I was in profit 5 times. 5 times in 7 sessions with this strategy. So profitability, I'm going to have to give it a 4. It does have potential to be profitable, maybe not huge profit, but it can get you into profit. Okay, so a profitability of 4. Ease of setup for this strategy, I'll have to give it a 4 as well, because it's pretty easy to set out. It's pretty easy to know 25 on the first column, $10 on 5 corners, and then let her ride. All right, and just set it up like that every single time. So there it is. That is the 5 corners, 1 column strategy that Ryan sent me. But let me show you something I would do with it. Okay, so we're going to buy in for $600 this time. All right, so we're going to take $50. We'll put 50 on the first column, 20 on all of our corners. Okay, now every time a corner hits, that's a 6 chip profit. And if we get a 6 chip profit, we're going to take 5 of those chips and we're going to put 1 chip on each of the corners. So, and if one of those hits again, so it's 2 times in a row, that's a $75 profit. So let's run it out. Let's see what happens. Okay, 28, let's push. And 2. All right, there's that loss. You know the loss is going to come. We just have to see if the system can recover from that loss. Okay, 11. All right, there's that 6-chip profit. I'm gonna add 1 chip to all the corners, bring 1 chip back to our rack. Okay, 12. All right, so there's 5 chips on there that pays 8 to 1, so that should be a 40 chip win right there. Okay, there's 40 chips there. And we're going to drop it back down to 4 chips each. $50 back on our column down here. And 75 coming back to our rack. Now we could have left those chips. We could have left those at $25 a piece if we wanted. It's completely up to you. If it hits the column, you lose that $25. So it may be worth the risk to try it. You know, we should have done it there. But there's a 6-chip profit there. All right, let's try it. Okay, so we put 1 chip on all 5 of those, brought 1 chip back to our rack. Our average is now at 175. Okay, 30. All right, so we know it's a $75 profit there. So we'll just go ahead and bring that 75 right here, minus the 5 that we're leaving out there. Okay, so let's just go ahead and just pay those back right there. Okay, so we're gonna leave it at $25 a piece now. We only brought $50 back to our rack instead of 75. Okay, 28. So this is the example of if it hits that column now, we actually lose those 5 chips. Okay. All right, so spin number 8. All right, 29. There's that 6-chip profit there. Let's go up 1 chip each. Bring 1 chip back to our rack. Spin number 9. Okay, 22. Same thing. Lost that 1 chip on each stack, so we lost 5 chips. Spin number 10. I think we're in profit. Let's do this. Let's go ahead and take 5 chips. Let's go ahead and bump them up 1. 29. All right, worked out perfectly. Okay, so with it this way, that's a $50 profit. All right, so there's that $50. We've gone 10 spins with it. Let's see what we finished with here. Okay, so after just 10 spins, we had a $150 average. We also had a $175 average just for 10 spins now. And we're in profit $40. So we lost 1 time, I think, during those 10 spins. And it pretty well it recovered. Okay, so I kind of like this adjustment here. It kind of makes it a little more fun to play, because then you're kind of working it just a little bit, and if it hits on this column over here, hey, just go ahead and bump those up, and maybe you get a little more win out of it. But you know, $600 in, $640 out, not bad. $150 average. So 10 spins, we probably got 150 points for it. So you could play the $75 average, go 20 spins for 150 points, or you could go ahead and go for $150 a spin and go 10 spins with it and earn the same amount of points. Okay, so there it is. That is the 5 corners, 1 column strategy that Ryan sent in to me. If you have a strategy you want me to try out, be sure to email it to me at roulettecruising@gmail.com. I like to run them out. I like to try to go 20 spins with them at least, 20 to 30 spins. I really like a $300 to $400 buy-in for them. See how they do for comp, see how they do for profitability and ease of setup. So if you're not subscribed, make sure to subscribe to 35 to 1 Roulette Cruising. And if you don't mind, like this video for me. And until next time, happy cruising. We'll see you. Bye.